Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about formula weight or molar mass. You're going to see those words interchangeably, so sometimes I refer to something as molar mass, the other times it's formula weight, but it really means the same thing. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So like I said, molar mass and formula weight are very similar. The words are used interchangeably. The formula weight is the collection or the mass of the collection of the atoms. So how much does it all weigh? For example, if you wanted to find the mass of a fruit basket, and in that fruit basket you had 5 apples, 4 oranges, and 3 bananas, you're not going to weigh each thing individually. You'd probably weigh 1 apple, 1 orange, and 1 banana, and then multiply by the number that you had. Okay? Formula weight is the same thing. We're going to find the mass of an element and then multiply by the number that we had. So the unit that we use for this is either AMU's, atomic mass unit, or grams per mole. You'll see me use either unit interchangeably. It does not matter which one you use. You will absolutely need a periodic table in order to do this, so make sure you have one handy because you're going to check the periodic table for their masses. There's a few simple steps to find the formula weight. The first step is you always want to list your elements. The second step, you want to identify how many atoms there are for each element. The third step is you're going to multiply the number of each element by the mass from the periodic table. The fourth step is you're going to add the masses up. And the fifth step is you're going to circle your answer. Okay? So let's go ahead and do some practice problems together. Okay? Here we go. The first one that we're going to do together is NO2. So the first step is to list your elements. So we have nitrogen and oxygen. How many nitrogens are there? There's 1. How many oxygens are there? There's 2. Your second step is to multiply times the mass on the periodic table. So if you look at the periodic table, the mass of nitrogen is 14.01. The mass of oxygen is 16.00. And it's really important that we keep it at 2 decimal places here. So 1 times 14.01 is 14.01. 2 times 16 is 32. And then we can add them together. So we see 0.01, we see 6, and we see 46. So then our answer will be 46 AMU's, atomic mass unit, and we're going to circle our final answer. Okay? Let's do another one together. The next one we're going to do is water, H2O. We're going to list our elements. We have H and O. We see there's 2 H's. There's 1 O. And we're going to multiply times the mass on the periodic table. The mass of hydrogen on the periodic table is 1.01. The mass of oxygen on the periodic table is 16. So we do 16.00. So 2 times 1.01 is 2.02. And 1 times 16 is 16. Now we can add them together. And we get 18.02 AMUs. So it's 18.02 AMUs. Okay? Let's try one more together. Okay? The last one that we're going to do together is NH4-2O. So the first thing we're going to do is list our elements. We have N, we have H, and we have O. Now don't forget to distribute the 2 that's outside parentheses. So N is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. H is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. And oxygen is 1. So now we're going to multiply times the mass from the periodic table. The mass of nitrogen on the periodic table is 14.01. The mass of hydrogen on the periodic table is 1.01. The mass of oxygen on the periodic table is 16. So now we can multiply. 2 times 14 is 28.02. 8 times 1.01 is 8.08. And then 1 times 16 is 16. Okay, so now we can add them up. 8 plus 2 is 10. We have 1, 16, 20. We have 16, 6 is 22, 4, and we have 52.1 AMUs. So then that's our final answer. Okay? So the important thing to remember is that you always get the mass from the periodic table. Okay? So the periodic table is very helpful here. Okay? I want you to take a couple minutes and try these practice problems on your own. Make sure you pause the video and then check your answers. Hopefully now you've done the problems on your own. For number 4, you should have gotten 278.1 AMUs. Number 5, you should have gotten 180.18 AMUs. And number 6, you should have gotten 256.32 AMUs. Hopefully you got them all right. If you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. Thank you.